Shalom, shalom. This is Kapali, a.k.a. Pops, out of GMS Chicago, with another sit-down. Before I get started, though, like always, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, to the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York. I want to send double honors to the elder bishops out of Connecticut, to the apostle that's down in Texas or moving around wherever he might be right now. I want to send double. Want to send all. I want to send double honors, like I said, because they do real well. But brethren around the world push this truth uncut, unfiltered, give you the good, the bad, and the ugly of the scriptures, correctly break it down the prophecies, correctly breaking down the prophecies and the interaction with the people on the planet, declaring warning. I send salutations for the hopeful elect. Hope this is edifying for the Aquath, the few and the true that still listening, sincere and share to keep doing so. But for the scorners, scoffing, reprobate, 2/3 Israelites and 17 other nations who are in the midst of Jacob's trouble, it is going to get a whole lot worse. Anyway, you see this, it says St. John, Indiana cop opens fire on Hammond off-duty officer during traffic stop. Okay. And this is kind of indicative of the climate that the Lord is stirring up here, and not just Babylon, but among the different sects in the whole world. And the reason I'm saying that is because of the fact that, I'm going to pull up some other things in the process. But this spirit of people that's supposed to be together, squaring off against each other, is running rampant. The only people that's not squaring off is the elect. That's all in agreement according to the scriptures. Looking at and watching the signs and the prophecies. The brothers are breaking down the prophecies, and the elect is sitting and waiting for Yahweh to send Yahweh Shai back and bring the kingdom on earth as it is in heaven into futurition. Okay? But everybody else is squaring off. You got Edomite against Edomite. You got Moabite against Moabite. And so on and so on. And here it doesn't say whether or not it's Edomite or Edomite. It's just police officers against police officers now. Okay? And it's crazy that it's going down like that. But I won't say it's crazy because the Lord said that Yahweh Shai himself said when they said that he was casting out demons in the name of Beelzebub, that he said if I'm doing that, basically paraphrasing it, but I ain't gonna paraphrase it. He says if I'm doing that, then kingdom against kingdom, how can it stand? But let me go and get that scripture. And we're gonna go. Actually, let's read this first. Then I'm gonna go get some scriptures and put this to it. Okay. Okay. An on-duty police officer in St. John, Indiana, opened fire on an off-duty Hammond police officer overnight, officials confirmed. St. John police said that at about 2:30 a.m. Tuesday, an officer was checking on an abandoned, unoccupied, suspicious vehicle near West 93rd and Klein Avenue, according to the statement from St. John police. The officer was standing in the shoulder of the lane when a car nearly struck him. And this is what they said. He nearly struck him, right? St. John police said the officer feared for his life and opened fire on the vehicle, which continued driving past the scene. The officer then chased down the driver and took him into custody. That driver appears to be an off-duty Hammond police officer. In a Facebook post by Hammond Mayor Thomas McDermott Jr., The mayor said the Hammond officer was on his way to his home in St. John when he saw the St. John officer conducting a traffic stop. The mayor said the Hammond officer moved to the other side of the road to give space when the St. John officer opened fire at him. The off-duty Hammond officer was uninjured, and McDermott said he maintains he did nothing wrong. Clearly angry in his post, McDermott wrote, police officers like the St. John officer who decided to use deadly force in this case are a danger to society and don't deserve to wear the badge of Hoosier law enforcement. Like I said, you know, I didn't even get a chance to try to watch this, but I'll hit this now and let's see what happens, if anything. I ain't got no kind of volume. I'm not hearing anything myself, so I don't know what kind of news report this is supposed to be. I don't have anything on mute. Give me a second. Let me check this out and see if I can fix it.
Tonight, we're hearing from the woman whose experience at Buckingham Palace has led to new accusations of racism in the royal household.
Ghazi Fulani runs a nonprofit, and she says that she was at the palace for an event. Lady Susan Hussey moved her hair to see her name tag and repeatedly asked Fulani what country she was from. Fulani is British.
But if you move my hair without permission, to me, that's a piece.
No, I wasn't able to get it to come up, so okay. The officer then chased down the driver and took him into custody. That driver appears to be an off-duty Hammond police officer, and opened fire at him. The off-duty Hammond officer was uninjured, and McDermott said he maintains he did nothing wrong. Clearly angry in his post, McDermott wrote, okay, the Hoosier law enforcement, okay, got that. The Hammond Police Department confirmed the account of events in the mayor's Facebook post. ABC7 has reached out to the St. John Police Department for comment, but have not yet heard back. The Lake County Sheriff's Office confirmed the officer involved shooting and said they are investigating the incident. They had no further comment. Okay, so basically we got the blue wall going up as these motherfuckers square off and shooting at each other. Okay, but that ain't the first thing either. So now let me go and get, like I said, I'm gonna get these scriptures up on this and put some other accounts on this. Because like I said, this is just a small incident in a bigger microcosm of things that is going according to the scriptures per Yahweh Bashim Shai. So let me get those. Okay, so like I said, so even when Yahweh Shai was on scene, okay, he spoke of these things and how the people was making the judgment. These were the Pharisees. You know, he had just did something on the Sabbath of the Shabbat where he had fixed a man's hand. Okay, the Pharisees saw it and they was back and forth, but basically it said this. Let's start at 23. And all the people were amazed and said, "Is not this the son of David?" Speaking of Yahweh Shai. Okay. But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, "This fellow doth not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub, the prince of the devils." And Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, "Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? But if I by Beelzebub cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of Yahweh, then the kingdom of God is come unto you." Okay? So, Yahweh Shai is basically letting them know how y'all gonna think that I'm casting out demons and whatnot. You know, I'm casting out demons, and demons are part of Satan's army. You know, then how is that supposed to be go stand? Okay, so they were showing that they didn't have no understanding, and that's what Yahweh Shai was saying. Okay, so now you see the world squaring off. Like I said, you got the two police officers doing what they doing. Now I'm gonna put some more accounts on just that. Let me get this.
That the subsidies paid to the US companies under a green energy plan could split the West. The remarks came at a time when Macron is on a state visit to the United States. In a speech at the French embassy in Washington, Macron voiced support for the environmental goals of President Biden's key policy, the Inflation Reduction Act, but says these are choices that will split the West. He said that he told US lawmakers
Bluetooth disconnected.
that what has happened in recent months is a challenge for us. But that's not all. Reports in news agencies AFP and Reuters say that at a meeting with US lawmakers at the Library of Congress, Macron called the US industrial subsidies super aggressive towards European companies. Macron's office has so far declined to confirm that comment. But what Macron was reportedly referring to is America's Inflation Reduction Act. The legislative package offers huge subsidies for US-made products. The White House says the IRA legislation is an effort to reignite US manufacturing and promote renewable technologies. It also says that the IRA gives out significant opportunities to European firms, as well as benefiting the EU energy security. But EU nations are not convinced, and they're threatening to launch a trade war by subsidizing their own green economy sector. Macron is believed to have said that he just wanted to be respected as a good friend. He reportedly said, "I don't want to become a market to sell the American products because I have exactly the same goods as you." The French president's strong and blunt comments have dented the carefully choreographed state visit that is aimed at celebrating the historic US-French relationship.
We agreed to advance specific rules and norms in space, international rules.
How strong is the partnership and how we can do more for the years to come. And I think
and one that is based on shared democratic principles. Regarding rules and norms, we are working together to develop norms for the responsible and peaceful uses of outer space. And this is critically important work. To that end, Mr. President, I thank you for joining the Artemis Accords in response to my invitation during my visit with you. These accords are a set of principles that guide civil use in space. They contribute to a safe and transparent environment for space exploration, science, and commercial activities. I want to thank NASA Administrator Bill Nelson.
Okay, so basically, these subsidies they're looking at is setting them up for economic warfare. Okay, and things of this nature. So, but this is still French against America. So that's still Edomite on Edomite. Okay, let's find some more. Still got some more out here. Give me a second.
Monday to Friday, 24-year-old Ark Lu is a freelance photographer. Well, in fact, where we are right now depends who you ask, because according to Beijing, this is actually part of China. Xi Jinping's #1 priority is to bring what he sees as a renegade province back under the control of the communist regime. And if Taiwan resists, he's made it abundantly clear that this modern, freewheeling democracy with a population similar to Australia's will become a bloody battlefield. What's happening here right now will shape the world for decades to come. And the fear is that this is where World War III could begin. This might look like an Army Special Forces bunker, but believe it or not, these are everyday Taiwanese who've decided to spend their weekend learning how to defend their country.
When give command target, 2 to the chest, 1 to the head. Target! Unload, show clear.
In a nation with strict gun laws, these replica firearms are about as close as it's possible to get to the real thing.
Ceasefire!
But with the looming threat of a possible Chinese invasion, the number of civilians signing up for weapons training courses here has skyrocketed. Do you think there's a chance China could invade your country?
That is why I keep training, because maybe someday, unfortunately, they invade us. I can quickly transform to real deal with not any.
Now, that don't look like a Moabite, basically Chinese. So we got Moabite squaring off in training to be able to fight Moabite. So we got Edomite against Edomite. We got Moabite squaring off to fight against Moabite. You got Russia, which is Edomite, squaring off against America on economic issues as well. So like I said, so this world is squaring off against itself, and the only people that's been given written instructions on how to sit and wait for its true leader to come back is Yahweh Shai. So it's only the election of Israel that's been given instructions on to wait for Yahweh Shai to raise up to the prey. Duh. So inside the battle for Taiwan and China's looming war threat. 60 Minutes Australia. And this was like 3 weeks ago, and over 2 million views. People are watching this. So how you got this many people watching this, but nothing's being done to squash this? Because this is the spirit that Yahweh Shai said is going to be on the earth. People going to be squaring off. Mother against brother, father against son, and all these things. Households going to be squaring off. This is households. This is China squaring off. This is Moabite squaring off against Moabite. With the covering cast having been left off of it per the scriptures for the elect. So we get a chance to see it and know who's who and what's what and what's going on. So don't take what you know in these scriptures for granted. It's your blueprint as to be able to see what it is that you're seeing, the prophecies being fulfilled in the process of. Let me get one more set of scriptures for this. And I'm going to go from there. Let me see. For the sword of their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. There shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor their princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. That man saying that man, you just saw that Moabite. What did he say? If Chinese military come up in here, we need to be able to defend ourselves. I don't want them to invade us, but if they do, I need to be ready to defend it. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy the houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for a great tribulation. Great tribulation. You're not acting right. So I need to put your ass back in place. There it is. So, hey, you know what? I'm going to keep it right there. Real simple, real quick. Just a few scriptures with worldwide ramifications going from right here in my own backyard, because I'm in Chicago, so Indiana is like right across the border. Matter of fact, I went to Indiana to get gas when I got off of work and to check on gas stations where I can get E85 for a vehicle that I'm looking at or getting ready to get, or I got, just letting it get squared away. And this is on the border. I literally come through Hammond. So that Klein Avenue, I know exactly where that's at. All the way up to halfway around the world, on the other end of the earth, China and Taiwan squaring off. And you got economic individuals squaring off, America against the French. That's the nature that's being spread in this environment by Yahweh Shai. And the man, we literally putting this and the man that know this and preach this and teach this, we putting the vibe out there. We're pulling it right out the scriptures. And the Lord says that his word will not come back void. So that spirit is now got to go forth and make what he said was going to happen because his prophets are speaking it. Ezekiel, the 12th chapter. I'm going to get that one. I'm going to end on that one. I'm going to end it on that one. Ezekiel 12 and 21, and the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision faileth? Tell them, thus says Lord Yahweh, I will make this proverb to cease, and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel. But say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision. For there shall be no more vain vision, nor flattering divination within the house of Israel. For I am Yahweh, I will speak. And how does he speak? Through his mouth to the prophets. And the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall no more be prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word, and I will perform it, says Lord Yahweh. Period. There it is. So he does nothing but show us his secrets to who? The prophets. They go say the words that they see in these scriptures and break it down. And now that is out there in the world. So that word has to come to pass now. So with that, I hope that should be for us, the hopeful elect, which I'm hoping to be a part of. That should be very soothing to see what it is that you're saying or what you're hearing the men of the Lord saying come to pass. Because, all you got to do is just hold on until the end. So with that, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakodash, to the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York, elder bishops out of Connecticut, apostles down in Texas. I want to send double honors because they do rule well. With brethren around the world, pushing this truth uncut, unfiltered. Again, giving the good, the bad, and the ugly of the scriptures, correctly breaking down the prophecies and interaction with the people, declaring war on the planet, salutations. Hopefully, like the hope that's comforting and endearing for you to know that you serve and worship a power that's in control of everything. Okay? Now, for you 2/3 Israelites and 17 other nations who are in the midst of this trouble, it's going to get a whole lot worse. So for the first group, a hearty shalom, and the second group, a barber ball.